Bleep, bloop.
Welcome, everybody, to the Infernal Brotherhood, the Scruffy Looking Nerf Herders weekly review of Star Wars The Clone Wars. Today we're discussing Season 1, Episode 14, Defenders of Peace.
Can I just say, that was a magnificent introduction.
Was it?
You hit every damn note right. Like, there was no...
I was totally slurring just then. I have been day drinking since like 4 o'clock today.
Well. Get ready
Apparently,
for some fun, everyone. Yeah. I enjoyed this episode, and I want to talk about why. But first, let's give a quick overview of what happened. We left off the Jedi, excuse me, who were taking refuge in that little furry, I don't know, Magwise village, when suddenly a separatist starship lands, like a troop transport lands in the distance. They don't know that the Jedi are there, and so the Jedi flee so that they don't incur any separatist wrath on the Mogwais. They're not really Mogwais, but I don't know.
No, fuck it. I like that more.
Okay.
We will definitely call them the Mogwai instead of the Lurmen. It just sounds so much better.
It does. I think so. Okay, so they're terrified of they're not terrified, it's just their culture not to have any conflict. And so they go to greet the separatists and find out what they want. The separatists say that they are now under their protection, and so they ransack the village just to make sure that there's no contraband. And really, they're not going to be putting up a resistance, because ultimately, the reason why the Nemoidian officer General Lockdurd, which sounds a whole lot like turd.
Yeah, he is a fucking turd.
The whole reason why he's here is because he's testing a brand new mass murder weapon that is very Terminator 2-esque, if you ask me. Like every nuclear weapon ever that rips the flesh off of all human beings, exposing just like their Terminator innards.
Yeah, it is definitely very much dream sequence.
Yeah, this is just a nuclear bomb. I don't know why they're making it out to be something different. It's just a nuclear blast.
Well, because it is different. It only destroys living matter.
Yeah, so it's a living matter nuclear blast.
There we go. That totally rolls off the
shell that he fires from a distance. Anyway, they test it out for Count Dooku, who is present via hologram, and the Duke is very, as he's known by his close friends, I'm one of them.
Yeah.
The Duke is very excited about, I'm the Duke. Come on, man. I'm the Duke. I just imagined him doing that. I could see that happening. I'm not drunk.
That lovely Christopher Lee baritone.
I have not been drinking all day. So what's my excuse? So he says, that's great and all, except I want to see it on living creatures. And so, give me a full report once that's done. And so the reason why they chose this planet is because there's this, Mogwai presence that doesn't believe in harm. And so, of course, the Jedi have to do what Jedis do, and they have to defend these essentially defenseless creatures from this new threat. And this is why I love this so much. They sneak in the middle of the night, infiltrate the base in order to steal 2 shield generators in order to protect the shield from this oncoming threat. Protect the village from this oncoming threat. Mm-hmm. They get back, and the Nemoidians, tried their best, and they actually take down the shields, but ultimately, because Anakin is Anakin, and he loves fucking with people with his force pull and force push and force wiggle and force lift.
Can I just bitch about that for a second?
Yeah.
So the whole reason why the Separatists came down was because they sent out probe droids. And the probe droids came across living beings. How the fuck is it that there's 3 Jedis? I mean, admittedly, one of us is Padawan, but she's fucking powerful already, and we all know this. How is it that this tiny little fucking probe droid gets away from them for the most part, sends off a fucking report and everything before they slice it in half, when they have the goddamn force? They could just grab it, pull it, and crush it.
Well, that's what was bugging me, is because the whole episode focused nearly exclusively on Anakin's use of the Force to
Mm-hmm.
move objects and even stop people from fleeing. Why didn't they just reach out and grab the probe droid with it?
I know. And then it wouldn't have fucking happened.
Instead, there's a whole chase sequence.
Yeah, I don't. That was the only thing that really bothered me about this episode.
Yeah, there was a Children of the Corn chase sequence. They were they were convinced that Malachi was in the between the rows, but I haven't thought about that show in a long time. Okay, so Malachi is super bad. I need everyone to understand this.
Yes.
So ultimately, they stop the Nemoidian by destroying, as in Anakin, destroying the Doom machine, the artillery piece of artillery. But really, it was with the help of the dissident Mogwai amongst them. And this is something that I want to talk about because that's kind of the end of the episode. But the whole last episode and this episode is stressing the idea of this is a culture that believes this with all of their heart. They will, and it's not just their culture, it's their near religious identity to be pacifists in all ways. And if they have to die, then they are willing to put down their lives. And it is paralleled by one of the Jedi Masters to Ahsoka that it's not that dissimilar than the strict adherence of the Jedi to their beliefs. They set that up, and not 10 minutes later, they show a faction within that group that breaks away, goes against tradition, and defies it for what is clearly the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a seed being planted way early for what we know as those, spoiler alert, about the outcome of Ahsoka?
Wait, what happens to Ahsoka?
She leaves.
Wait, she leaves?
The Jedi.
Fucking spoiler.
I just said spoiler. You should all know by now. No, she leaves the Jedi Order.
If you haven't seen the last season by now, something wrong with it.
It's kind of your fault, not ours. But right, like it does seem like it's a very clear parallel of what her journey will end.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, and that's of course the nice thing about this show, like the main show proper being over, kind of, is like we know what the end game is. So it's like you watch these episodes, you see this shit, and it's like, God, did Filoni really know this shit was gonna happen?
I know.
It's all in place from day one, because it kind of seemed like it.
Yeah, they've got some notes down. Like they're not just throwing episodes out to throw them out. They've got plans, and that's what's so amazing. That makes me look forward even more to the coming season. And because we're now reliving the very first one, how many ties in are there going to be now,
Yeah.
And that's always easy to do after the fact, so it's not like it's some, magical trick, but I just think it's cool.
Agreed.
Anyway, I loved that infiltration scene because it reminded me of playing the Jedi Knight video game series. Like sneaking into like an enemy base and trying to be quiet, cutting droids down left and right, trying to, do it through subterfuge. And I don't know, it reminded me of a video game from years earlier. And I just really, really loved it. It was a lot of fun. And I like seeing General Lock Turd, because I'm 12 years old, get defeated. Like, he's just like,
yeah, he's a fat piece of shit.
I'm not going to get the promotion.
Yeah.
All right, fucking shit. I can't remember the reference I was going to say. Damn it.
We'll just assume that it was really funny.
Yeah, thank you. Because all of mine are always hilarious.
It's true.
And poignant when I can remember them. All right, what are your least favorite parts of this? Just the Force thing?
Yeah, really, that was about it. Like it's so stupid to gripe about, but like that really was the worst part for me. It's just like, why can't you just stop the fucking thing? And then the clones, like they have the elite of the elite with them that just do headshots on fucking B1s like it's nothing.
Yeah, they even took down wild beasts in the previous episode with one shot.
Yeah. It's like, They can do some shit. How the hell are they missing this thing that's the size of a watermelon that admittedly isn't really flying away that fast? Whatever.
You know what I was doing? The whole time I saw Ahsoka running, and it gave us like 4 scenes of her running in contrast with this droid. I just like, throw your fucking lightsaber. Just throw it. Just throw your lightsaber. Why are you throwing your lightsaber? It's right there. You can hit it.
She hasn't learned that part
yet. She's like, I haven't gone to that level. Gosh, that's level 7 of the game. We're on level 5. Turd. Just throw your fucking lightsaber. If Rey can throw it, if Vader can throw it, this little Padawan can, I was going to say something worse, can throw it. I decided not to.
That's probably for the better.
Yeah. That bugged me. But I do really like the idea that they are exploring other forms of destruction, like forms of mass warfare.
Something that's not the fucking Death Star rehashed.
Yeah, and that's what I liked so much about even looking at the early episode with the Malevolence or Malevolent. That was just a mad ion cannon, and so the Death Star is just total destruction of everything. They're exploring different ways of mass casualty in order to win this war. They're not just relying on the tech that already exists. Like, they're willing to go out and, during combat, during warfare, run their tests and see what works and see what doesn't. And I like the ingenuity of the Separatists. I think it's a really, really cool aspect because we don't see that with the Empire until it becomes the Empire. And you start to get the, with the rebellion with, during the Rebels, where you have the TIE Defender project and the Death Star being developed at the same time. You don't see the development of new weaponry in the Republic at all.
Well, it's because they're cocky and they don't think they need it.
Yeah. We're giant monsters. No one can beat us. We are the democratic right.
Yeah.
Little do they know.
Stupid.
Dummies. All right. I don't really have anything else. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, it's a pretty cut and dry episode. It was fun. Yeah. Worth watching if you guys didn't watch it.
It really, even Anakin sort of, a little bit sick and wounded, still super bad.
Oh, yeah.
Still the chosen one. Can't take that away. Dude's going to whip some ass, and you're going to like it.
Yeah, I think he's going somewhere.
Yeah. He's got a future, this guy.
Most definitely.
I don't know if it's a good one, but it's a future. It's definitely a future. I can't wait till we start doing the ones where he meets the father and the sister and the brother.
Oh, yeah.
Like, those are going to be the good ones. Oh, we got seasons to go, though. So
yeah, we got a couple.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode review. Let us know what you thought of this episode, and if you liked what we had to say, or if you disagreed with it. I'd love to hear it. Cameron would love to hear it, and the Mogwai would love to hear it.
They would. Just remember the 3 rules, people. Number 1, no food after midnight. Number 2, no water. Right. And number 3, what's number 3, Adam?
Food, water. That's all I got.
Oh my God, I don't know if we can be friends anymore. Everybody needs to know 3 rules. No bright lights.
Oh, right. I totally forgot about that. I'm still not sure that's a real thing. Bright lights after midnight or just period?
No, just bright lights, period.
Oh, yeah, that's why he draws the shades and shit. Okay, yeah.
Oh, God.
That was my bad. I was still living between the rows with Malachi, all right? So don't blame me.
That's fair. I guess there's worse things to do.
He who walks between the rows is with me. He has chosen me. All right, that's going to do it, everyone. May the Force be with you.
We would rather die than kill others.
What's up, Princess Mimi? Princess Mimi.